Okay, so I've got a few questions for you. Just imagine if you were to come and watch me at the track working with some athletes. What are some of the things you think you might see me doing? So it's your cue to talk. There you go. So observing, yep, can do that.
Encouraging.
Uh-huh.
Demonstrate.
Okay, at a push, if I have to, I might. But I do try and keep that to a limit, because this is pretty much for show. And it's the only one that was left. So, you know, it's not as particularly good. So anyway, so some observing. So what else? Other things you think you might see me doing? So feedback and challenging, yeah.
Questioning.
Love it. Okay, get the flow now.
Listening.
Yep. Okay, you see, and the reason why I like most of those things, well, I like all of them over and above the demonstrating bit, is I can do it in a position that's exactly the same one that you're in right now, sitting comfortably and just sort of watching things go on. If you had to sum it up in a word or two, what would you see the athletes doing? Working. Yes. Very hard, if I have anything to do with it. Sweating profusely. Absolutely. Now, I know this is going to seem blindingly obvious, but I need to ask it anyway. Why are they the ones doing all the hard work and not me? Yeah, they're the ones that have got to run the race. When the track just says, okay, go to your blocks, I'll be, you know, sitting in row 27, seat Z, and just watching them do what they have to do. So it obviously makes sense. They're the ones that have to perform. They're the ones that do all the hard work. Cramp, not necessarily the most pleasant sensation in the world, but is one of the body's many, many ways of looking after us. I know we might not appreciate it, but you know, before cramp really sets in, you often get that kind of stab, that twinge. Let me just do a bit of translation for you. That twinge is your body's way of saying, whatever you're doing, now's a good time to stop because this muscle's getting tired. And so if you listen to that, then all is well with the world. If you insist on carrying on, let me translate the next bit, because now your body's going to say, all right, I've asked you once nicely, all right, you didn't want to listen, so now I suggest you feel this. Right? And question 2, which again, literally just 1 minute, so need to be sharp. If that's the development need that now becomes apparent, and especially if it's an interpersonal thing, what changes do you need to make in the way that you behave with that person in order to support that development need? What changes do you need to make in the way that you behave with that person in order to support that development need? 1 minute. There's a big, big mistake that a lot of people in business make. Because they see people doing things, they think the brain has showed up. Big mistake. And I'm not just being sort of nasty and picky and evil here, but answer is, how many of you have ever got to the end of a car journey, you park the car, you turn the ignition off, and if your life depended on it, you could not give anyone the running commentary of what happened in the last 5 or 10 minutes of that journey? All right? We need to appreciate we can operate and do some really complex things without the brain really being there, particularly if we've done it again and again and again and again. So tell me this, how many things do you think take place on an average day within your region where people are operating and the brain is not really in view?